So there's probably a lot of you out there starting gardens for the first time now, and I'll tell you, this is a big trick that we used it a few years ago, and we would have been using it all the way through had we had this corn grinder a little sooner. But essentially the trick here is real simple. You just use cornmeal or corn like grits, just ground up cracked corn, and it's a preventative pre-emergence herbicide. So like this is cracked corn that I just got from a local farm store or whatever for real cheap, like 50 pounds for $8. And then we grind it up a little bit more in our machine, and then it comes out with a little bit more flour or cornmeal in it. And we do still have chunks, of course, but you sprinkle this right in the garden and it stops weeds from germinating. It stops seeds from germinating altogether. So you do have to be careful not to put it down until after your plants have come up, where otherwise if you're planting like onion sets or garlic or tulips or any sort of root set or transplants, little plants, if you're putting those in the garden, you can sprinkle this right behind them. And the best way to do it is like if you're using a rototiller or whatever, right after you rototill, you want to just take this stuff and sprinkle it. And I just have like a little cottage cheese cup. I mean, you can use your hand, doesn't matter. You just sprinkle it. Like I even use some in the driveway, just like, you know, because we have so much of it now or whatever. But just real light. It doesn't have to be a whole bunch. But this will keep weeds from popping up in the driveway from where we just had the wood pile. But we've used it in the berm and we've used it all over the farm. But you can use it with perennials, you know, and in the garden it's super effective. But if you put it down right after you till, then that just restarts the cycle, and it'll buy you 3 to 6 weeks where no seeds will germinate right there, depending on maybe how much you put down, how big the chunks were, and like how much it rains, or maybe how much seeds are there. I'm not really sure. But I'll put a link in the video. You can look it up. There was like research done by University of Iowa, I believe, or one of the Iowa universities. So there's some science behind it. I don't understand it all, but it's just one ingredient. It's corn. It's crushed corn. So like this is going to buy you a bunch of time, so you don't have to spend so much time weeding, and you can actually enjoy your garden. But you know, as you can see, we have a ton of garden, and you can just buy cornmeal straight up from the store, and like we were, but after so many bags it's kind of expensive, so we couldn't really afford to cover close to an acre of garden in cornmeal over and over again. But now that we have this corn crusher, it's a little bit more affordable and economic to be doing this type of thing. But yeah, I tried to shoot this whole video in one take. Hope it worked out. As far as all the other stuff goes, this is just a quick update, something I wanted to get out to you guys quick for some encouragement, because during these times, no better time to start a garden. And I haven't been able to get out and edit, but I have about 300 gigs of backed up video that I've been shooting. So there'll be a lot of how-tos and stuff like that, but it all needs edited, so I just tried to get this in one roll, no B-roll, whatever, loop-de-da-da-da. So, happy gardening. I hope you found this informational, but I'll show like an update, proof that this actually works. And here for a grand finale, we're gonna grind some corn with solar power. So, as you can tell, there is a generator there, but it's not plugged in. The sun came out and the battery's charged up a little bit, so now we can run on solar power. And it's just sucking it right up. There's a hole in the bottom of that, and then kind of hard to tell what's going on, but like I said, I tried to get it in one take, so there's no pretty B-roll. But we're grinding corn on solar power. That cord goes in the cat door, over, across the wall, and into this power strip, which is plugged into our inverter. So, just batteries. There's our inverter. So, believe that, more to come. I know I was a little sloppy at the end, but happy gardening to y'all. This is a huge tip, for real. Like, this is, I know it probably seems bogus, but it works.